What's up guys, my name is Will from Stedman.com and I am today here to answer a question, another question that I get asked probably every other week. And that is, what flash, why do you use? And if you've seen a lot of my work, you would have seen that I use quite a lot of flashes. Whether it be weddings or lifestyle or commercial work, I generally use quite a lot of off-camera flash, whether it be speed lights or bigger lights. And today I want to talk to you why I use the brand of flash that I use versus why I don't use Canon or Nikon or Sony branded flashes. And that's basically really simple. Okay, let's get started. Let me go some flashes. Okay, I want to start with a little story. So when I first got into photography, I actually blagged my way into photographing for a really big restaurant, a chain of restaurants in the UK. It's called Wagamama. And I started working for them, doing like some events and a couple of other little things. They're all on my site still. And at the time, I couldn't afford a full frame camera. I had like no money, and I could only afford a Canon 500D. And I used that all the time, and I couldn't, it was brilliant. But it had one slight drawback, and because it's not full frame, the ISO and low light capabilities were rubbish, like completely rubbish. It could barely photograph below like daylight. We're using native ISO, so I had to use the highest ISO I could use was 1600. So naturally I had to be like, okay, so I need to find some more light here. That's when I found, but I couldn't afford Canon flashes, could I? Oh no, I could not. Canon flashes are like a Canon 600 EX, whatever they are like £300 to £400. It's mad, crazy. At the time, I just couldn't justify it to myself. So I looked around and I heard about this company called Yongnuo. No idea if I'm saying that right, by the way. I think it's more like Yongnuo. Anyway, I digress. And I bought one of these. This is a YN560 flash. It is a manual flash. It just power up, power down. It zooms in, zooms out, and it bends like this. And it has this thing. And it has like the pop-up diffuser and bounce card. This is all I had. And I pulled it off because it just went flash and gave me more light, and that's all I really want from a flash at the end of the day. I want that additional light, and I want to be able to control it as well. We'll talk about modifiers in a bit, but I want to go on to what I started using next. So after I got these, I started doing more work. I did all the work for them, I bought a full frame camera, and then it was kind of like, okay, well I only know how to use flash now, so I'm gonna have to buy some better flashes. Now, those things were so reliable for me, I never had a problem with them. So I thought, okay, I'll stick with Yongnuo and keep going from there. That's when I bought one of these. This is the YN568EX2, and I combined them with one of these. This is the YN622C trigger, and there was a transmitter for it as well. And I combined these so I could power control from the back of, from here on top of my camera, and I could also zoom it in, zoom it out, and it was just a lot more flexible in terms of like working fast and speed that I wanted to do. At the end of the day, I still want it just to go flash, basically. Bear in mind, I'm not even talking about TTL. I barely use TTL, like never use TTL. But there was a problem with Yongnuo. And that's that they only did speed lights. So with this trigger, I could only trigger these speed lights. Now what if I wanted a bigger flash? What did I want in more power? I'd have to combine tons of these, which by the way are very cheap, but it's a pain. I've then got to get more AA batteries, and I've charged all those batteries, and it was a pain. I wanted bigger lights. I wanted something that had more power, that could overpower the sun. So I switched from Yongnuo and the YN622Cs, we'll remember it, and I moved over to Godox. Now, Godox are brilliant. This is the TT600. I put some Velcro around it just so I could attach some things, like modifiers. But other than that, it still looks very, very similar to those other flashes, with a few differences. Godox do a range of flashes from ETTL ones to non-TTL ones, like this one. This is a manual flash, so it only goes flash, and I can power control using their X1T trigger. This is for Canon, but it also works on other brands as long as you're not using TTL. I think. I haven't tried it on Nikon. I've tried it on Sony. But this is brilliant. So this means I can power control still, and I've still got a flash, but it also means that I can now buy one of these, which is a bigger flash, and use more light to, you know, do different things with bigger modifiers. And the bulb on this is freaking ridiculous. So it has one of these. So now, from the same trigger and same brand, I can have a variety of different kind of powers and different variety of flashes that makes my job a hell of a lot easier. So if I need loads of power to overpower the sun, I can use the big one there. Or if I'm just doing my run and gun stuff, I've still got the flashes. Brilliant, right? And also, all the triggers are built into these. So all I need is this on top of my camera. I don't need another one to go on the bottom, but I have got one of these. Now this is the trigger, the receiver for this transmitter, and I use that combined with the old Yongnuo ETTL flash. So this goes on here quite simply, and now that means I can use this in combined with the rest of the system. Genius, right? And I guarantee all of this costs around the same price as 2 Canon flashes, or Nikon, or whatever the alternative. It's genius, right? And that is why I use Godox over other systems. The great thing is, as well, is that these are just super, super cheap. This is like £50. I could buy 6 of these for like the cost of 1 Canon flash. Crazy. 6 of these. Six! And these are so far absolutely brilliant. I've had them for about 6 months. I've shot around probably like 20, 25 maybe. And so far they seem absolutely brilliant. Rock solid. I haven't had a problem, touch wood, hope so. I don't have any problems. If I do, I'll cry. And they just seem perfect for me. Now I don't want to sound like I'm bashing Canon branded flashes or people who buy Canon branded flashes. They are incredible flashes that work like effortlessly. But the difference between cost and durability for me isn't worth it. I'd rather have something that I can throw around, and if it breaks, not the end of the world. Or I want to have something that I'm a bit scared about, that I don't want to put it up or put it near that lake or whatever, in case it falls in and I've broken it and that's a £300 flash gone. So for the cost of these versus the cost of a Canon flash, I really just think that these are the way forward. So modifier wise, I like to use a brand of modifiers called Magmod. Now Magmod are a pretty ingenious company. They had a Kickstarter campaign and got a load of traction very early for their modifiers. Now this, yeah I'm right, this is a Magmod, so this is the attachment, it's called their Mag Grip. And this is brilliant because it has basically places 2 magnets either side of the flash. Now this means that you can get modifiers like this. This is the Mag Sphere, or Mag Boob as some people call it. You can see why. And this means that modifying your flash is as easy as that. Crazy, right? They also make a range of grids. Now I use a lot of grids just to control light. Again, I'm after that control. I want it to be I want to be able to light something very, very specifically and not affect the rest of the kind of ambience of the room or stuff like that. So the grids are fantastic, and you can see how they work. They kind of just shield the light from spilling too much. These are brilliant. Modifier. Oh, done. Now, these are the Mark 1s that I've got, but I also have got their Mark 2s. The only difference being, see the magnets on this one, the magnets are kind of encased in this one, you have to get them out from the side. The 2s probably are a lot better, and I find that they're a little bit stronger as well, although I don't know why, that's just because I've got them more recently, but that's it, it's like gridded like that. And also I use a lot of gels. Gels are like coloured bits of kind of acetate like this, and this is in their mag gel. You can put quite a few gels in here as well, so if you want a stronger effect or whatever, you can kind of stack them up, and they all fit in perfectly. And again, attaching them is as easy as that. That's why I use MagMod. That's it, guys. That's what I use for weddings and stuff like that. If you have any other questions, then please let me know. My name's Will from Will7.com, and have a good day. Bye.